Okay, today we'll be playing Prehistoric Kingdom, which just had its early access release today. I think we'll do this scenario to play the tutorial. I've never played any version of Prehistoric Kingdom. So it might be relevant to, you know, play the tutorial. Maybe we'll make that an episode on its own and then do a park build after that. We'll see how long this is. If this is like 15 minutes or something, we'll just include it. My window auto resized itself. That's annoying. Because now I can't see the OBS recording. That's never fantastic. Sparing no expense, yes. I understand the reference. Load time's a little longer than I was prepared for. I didn't prepare myself with something to say to fill this gap, nor did I can't like pause the recording because I'm stuck in full screen mode now.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Hi. It's so good to finally meet you. I'm Nigel, your park supervisor and head of zoological developments here at Prehistoric Kingdom. Since our last park manager moved to the Americas division, this place has fallen into a bit of a state. Unfinished plans, neglected habitats, all telltale signs of a much-needed makeover. As I'm sure you know, our zoos are a little different, so it's perfectly normal to feel overwhelmed at first. After all, it's hard for most people to imagine what dinosaurs look like, let alone manage them. We're here to change that, and I reckon this will be second nature for you in no time. Right, first things first.
Yeah, so the window resizing fucked the recording up in the stream.
So let's make sure you can look around. I'm sending some input controls to you now.
We'll fix it in a second, presuming it can be fixed. WASD, EQ, middle mouse, scroll wheel, yep.
Great stuff. Let's check some auxiliary functions. Try enabling your light.
Can I won't let me go to the menu right now.
That's why we don't like flash photography. Next, we'll get you on the move. I'd like you to look around the park for a bit and get comfortable with your surroundings. Feel free to mingle with the guests or enjoy some of the creatures on display. I'll check in with you soon.
Yeah, the resolution doesn't seem to keep itself in that setting. Hopefully that's only an issue with the load. I saw the setting reset in the menu when I was tinkering with settings at the start. So yeah, we'll have to see if it remains stable here. So what were we doing? Looking around the park. We got Matilda. Little dryosaur, I'm assuming. So we got habitat scores. Your welfare is bad. Perhaps because your habitat is not the best. Got little Byron over here. Kajika. Kashada. I have no idea how half these names are pronounced.
I hope you're ready to get your hands dirty. To start, you'll need to investigate a welfare issue in the paddock from earlier.
Pretty nice dryos.
Caring for the animals should be your #1 priority here at Prehistoric Kingdom. If
terminate animal.
Happy, no one's happy. Select one of the animals in the habitat so we can take a look at them.
I beat you to the punch, dude.
Okay, so this is a dryosaurus. This little fella's a small herbivore from the Jurassic, and it looks like their herd needs our help. When tackling a welfare issue like this one, you can expand headers inside the animal's info box to learn more about the problem. Try clicking on the sustenance and enrichment labels.
Hunger, I guess, is bad.
As you can see,
oh no, maybe he's
it
just
looks
not
like
hungry
our
because he's
previous
fully
park
fed.
manager took the America's job and ran without much consideration for the animals he left behind. While I call up the board members, I'll need you to care for the little ones. You can start by getting their food situation sorted, some enrichment too. If you get lost, there's an objective prompt on the left side of the screen. Good luck.
Okay. All right, we need a food trough. Where are we going for that? Animal care. Flat feeder. Yeah, it's a fully voiced little intro here, so or tutorial. So yeah, playing through this makes some sense then. They've put some care and effort into it. Alright. ZX rotate. We'll just throw it down here by the water then, I guess. It's just a big old pile of veg for the dryos. That makes sense. Give them an old termite mound.
Great work getting the dryosaur paddock up and running again. The board and I really appreciate you stepping up to get this place back on track. When you're ready, I'd like you to head over to the old construction site.
Is the thought here that the dryos eat termites? It's probably not unreasonable. Most herbivores aren't truly like 100% herbivorous. They're usually made to eat a little bit of bugs or something. The exceptions are, I think, like pandas and koalas, hyper-specialized animals like that. Like deer, cows, those kind of animals are just built to eat a tiny bit of protein just in grazing. A little bit like in the feeder, my dudes, but it's nice to see you here having fun, doing your thing. Okay, what am I doing? Small dino breeding startup. Infrastructure area in the park, construct utility buildings, locate the marked construction site. Yeah, let's look at the overview here. What do we all have? We've got an area here. We've got, oh, an interesting snowy enclosure kind of just tucked in the middle of everything. There's no other snow. I appreciate the capability to do so. Looks like we got like a kind of a dry riverbed thing going on here. We got what? Some lambeosaurs. Nice brachy. These gorgeous styracosaurs. I really like these styracosaurs. They're really cool. I've always been a big fan of quilled ceratopsids, so I really dig the look for the styrac. Very spiny. Of course, there's an open discussion on whether quills are accurate to the larger ceratopsians or not, but I am always in support of some creative embellishments. Is this place just full of shit? Are we just looking at one big pile of shit over and over again? Might be. Is there anybody in here? Looks like there's some meat feeders. Well, all the Duke is over here in the front by the waterway. So if there's a carnivore chilling in here, hey Luca, we would probably see him over that way. No, we'll worry about him later. What are we doing? Mark construction sites down here.
Next, we're going to get ready for a new attraction. I've already sorted the food and enrichment, but I'll need you to do the rest of the heavy lifting. Let's prepare the area by building a generator nearby.
I've only just started, so I have no idea yet. Given that it's early access, in its current state, I would imagine probably not, but there's certainly some potential. I like management aspects of these games, not just sandboxy aspects. If you're into like sandbox style creativity stuff, it's probably better because it's got all those I forget what they call them. All the little pieces you can use to like build your own buildings and stuff. That's something that's completely lacking from GWE. But that's never been terribly important to me. So for me, it's down to how interesting the management is. Slapping down a wind turbine here in the trees. It seems questionable in terms of positioning a little bit.
Next up, I'd like you to build an animal nursery in that area there.
I mean, so far I've literally built 3 things, so it's just, it looks nice. I really, really do like some of the dinosaur designs quite a lot. Like the Styrax, I've already mentioned that, but they're awesome. But yeah, I really need to like build my own park from the ground up to really formulate an opinion. So since I'm just playing through the tutorial here, it's too soon to say. Animal nursery. Put infrastructure. We got 2 default styles. Wait, modules. Well, I guess that's like, yeah, the modules are like the base things and the prefabs are the pre-designs. It's enormous. Gotta get used to these zooming controls. It's a little bit bigger than the spot they've laid out for it here.
Nice
Yeah, I
job.
would say so.
Select the
It's
nursery
got the potential.
and open the genetics lab from the pop-up menu.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they can coexist. I don't see any issue with that. What are we doing? Open nursery menu.
In case you haven't already realized, this is where the magic happens. Today, I'd like you to incubate a Torvosaurus.
Okay.
Quite a fearsome looking fella, isn't it? In here you can find everything you'd need to know about managing an animal. Exhibit requirements, social needs, diet, you name it. You can even change how an animal looks, assuming you've discovered all the genetic material. Here, try changing its appearance.
Yep, that's kind of how I feel. They're going in slightly different directions. A lot more creative aspects in this game, but like right now, it sounds like the management aspects of the game are pretty limited, so that will probably affect a bit my enjoyment of it. But certainly worth the money just to support them. Certainly worth the time. So I'm excited to see what they got to offer here. So volcanic Torvosaurus. We can do male. We can do female.
Did you notice the species name changing? Some animals, like the Torvosaurus, have a handful of species to pick from, changing their needs, size, appearance, and even star rating. Once you're happy with your selection, press the Create button at the bottom.
I like the Tannerai more, I think. We'll go for a male. 425,000 bucks. I can only make one, it looks like. Age slider doesn't do anything either.
While we wait for our new dinosaur to incubate, we'd better go and prepare that new habitat. Secure fencing is of utmost importance, especially for a predator. Open the enclosures category and choose a fence type. You'll want to cover the entire perimeter.
So we've got different material. different styles, I guess. Sure, these are. Is that the fence or is that something else that's influenced? Oh, we're changing the building. Why is this the building? Why is this open? Huh. Yeah, that just comes up. Maybe it's the last building I've clicked on. It's always on that menu or something. That's really weird. Don't know why that's there. Oh, we'll put in a metal fence. Nice Jurassic styled one. Is there a snap grid by chance? Probably not. Well, let's not worry about it. We're not even building a proper park, we're just playing a tutorial, so I'm not going to lose my mind trying to make this super straight. At least not yet. Oh, hold on. Alright. Now that my mail has arrived, back to the game. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure. There's gotta be. I'll have to figure out a good way to deal with fences at some point. Oh, you want to snap to that side now? Well, that's disgusting.
Now,
we'll let
with
it
all
happen.
that sorted, it looks like it's time to release the specimen.
Okay, and we just airdrop you in somewhere. All right. There you go, bud.
A beautiful animal indeed. But of course, it's still going to need a proper environment, something to make it feel like home. Plenty of
Mud
vegetation,
pumpkin.
a lake, and a shelter should do nicely.
All right. Can be picky. Water needs, foliage, shelter. Terraforming. All right, there's a big old puddle of water for you, buddy. Do we have a smoothing option? I mean, we do, but where is it? There. Yeah, so like right now we seem to have maybe some airborne floating pumpkins, which is a little weird. What if we do a bit of that? A bit of that. No, you're still good on water. Foliage requirements. Where do I... Check habitat needs. He needs forest. A little bit of forest. Curious about the colors. Like this one's green. Oops. Oh, down here on the bottom's where the trees get added. I see. I guess the other ones are unavailable? No, they're available. Desert's not. Well, I guess you can keep that hill I gave you. And a shelter. Okay. Let's find a flat spot for it.
Wonderful job. If that Torvosaurus could smile, I reckon it would. You can assess how well designed an exhibit is by clicking on the perimeter fencing. Go on, give it a try.
Okay, click on the perimeter fencing.
The higher that exhibit scores, the more likely our visitors are to donate to the habitat. As you can see though, visibility isn't too great. There must be something we could build.
I can't look at it again until I build the binoculars. That's... How do I go to the upper level with this? Huh. Also, can't figure out how to rotate when I'm on this view. Oh, I know how to do it. This way. They told me, I just didn't remember. Or that's fine.
Great thinking. With binoculars, guests are able to see significantly further into an exhibit. The more visibility coverage, the better. Speaking of visitors, we should make sure the viewing area has sufficient guest facilities.
Also, I think my audio settings reset too. No, just he's really loud. This is at half volume. I don't know. Whatever. Nutrition kiosk. The only building we can click on. Module nutrition kiosk. There's a weird little flat thing. I guess we can just stick it on the side of the thing, maybe. There you go. It's just out here, just a little buying, little restaurant buying area that's completely exposed to the wilderness. Completely unsanitary. But sure, why not? Place an animal statue. It's got little benches around it. I guess putting it just like right in the middle of everything is kind of good. Like thematically, if not mechanically.
Superb. That will keep them both well fed and entertained. All that's left is to connect the paths and let guests find our latest attractions. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.
Well, they actually walk into the building and stuff. You actually see them in there. They just kind of, walk around the corner, it looks like, maybe? Yeah. Where's that guy going? Oh, he's just going to walk in the corner and then walk back out of the building? That one just clipped through the side. That's fine. That's all fine. I mean, these guests are basically on par with GWEs, so they're already meeting the base standard. Fungus guests that just propagate along paths. I'd have to click that like 3 times to get that to register.
Take a look at that. The park's star rating has increased. Let's see how this kingdom is doing, shall we?
That's a neat trick. Taking a page out of the Star Wars prequels, spinning's a neat trick. Smooth sailing. Check the current status by looking at the management overview, which you can find on the bottom left of the screen. I guess just here.
Ha! I haven't seen guest satisfaction numbers that high in a long time. You're a natural. Let's try visiting the animals page.
I will in a second, my friend. I'm looking at the thing. So we have diversity requirements, beauty requirements, and then exhibit scores, which is different than animal diversity, basically animal welfare. Welfare, food supply, scores, profit, 6% complete. Is this total completion on like excavations? I would like to see that. We're not going to look at it until it tells us to, unless it never tells us to.
As I suspected, everyone in the park seems to be doing great. However, it does seem a little dinosaur heavy, no?
No,
I think it's
disagree.
time for one final attraction. The woolly mammoth.
Nah,
Head on
mammals
over
are
to
lame.
Excavations. We should have a dig site ready to go in Siberia.
Alright, excavations. So it looks like, is that 0% on dig site or 0% on mammoth? Hold to unlock.
Great. Let's head back to the nursery and get started on those mammoths.
Oh, okay. Not quite how I expected that to all work out, but sure. Are you still just, you're still just stuck here, huh? Okay. That's fine. It's day one. Incubate 5 mammoths. We need to do nursery menu. Mammoth. I guess we just have 100% genome data now. Okay. Age slider still didn't do anything. We can incubate 5. We unlocked one skin but not the other. Not exactly sure how that worked. Well, give me 5 of these.
While
Oh, we should look at the
incubating,
females. Oh,
we
well.
should prepare their new home. There's a paddock ready nearby, but it's filthy from housing a previous occupant. First, let's correct those feeders. Set up one to stock plants and the other to stock fruit.
Okay. Set feeders to herbivore and frugivore diets. Can I just adjust you directly? See this prefab. I don't know. Doesn't really look like it. Oh, wait. Ah. How did I do that exactly? Double clicked, and that brought this up. Then I double clicked again, and it brought this up. Okay. Fruit and plant. So that one's plant. This one's fruit.
If animals aren't eating high-quality food, low nutrition could lead to weak immune systems and excess animal waste. Looking at the state of this paddock, it appears the previous park manager wasn't particularly mindful of that. Feces, scat, however you wish to refer to it, will always be something we need to manage. I know it's not exactly what you signed up for, but we need to get all that dung removed. And well, only one of us is out in the park. So...
Gotta shovel some shit. Select the exhibit. Do this. Do that.
As the
That's all we
park
do.
grows, you'll
Yep.
find it harder to micromanage each habitat. For that, you'll need help from some teensy tiny employees, dung beetles. Their nests are essential in automating the disposal of feces. So let's put a few in now.
Three dung beetle nests.
I think that just about does it. The paddock looks cool, pardon the pun, and everything appears to be in tip-top condition. Now, if you wouldn't mind doing the honours, I believe we're due for some arrivals.
Mammoth. Boop boop. Do I multi-select? Yes. Release 5 animals.
There they are, Mammuthus primigenius, trumpeting in the snow for the first time in nearly 4,000 years. There's something distinctly beautiful about Ice Age megafauna. Their ability to thrive in the harshest conditions is something I believe we should all strive to admire. Today you've helped give something back, not just to our park, but to the world. Sounds like that will be for me. We're all done here for today, but I'm really glad to know the park will be in safe hands.
Okay.
From now on, it's all up to you. Talk soon.
Well, that seems like that's it for the tutorial then. Anything else we gotta figure out? We gotta figure out ourselves, I suppose. We could take a quick look here through some of the other menus and stuff and see what else we can do and check out the dinos. Very nice looking. The accurate sauropod limbs always look so weird to me. They look so frail. And the way their back feet are wide and their front feet, they walk on their kind of on their fingers and on pads, always looks wrong. But it's correct. Oh, and the single claw on the forelimb too. I don't know if I've been spoiled by like Jurassic Park's rendition of sauropods or if it is just kind of a genuinely strange look. But yeah, it always seems off to me, but it's correct, and so it's what should be in the game, regardless of whether or not it seems off to me. Plenty of other real animals, or modern animals, living animals, seem off to me anyway. So why can't a few dinosaurs seem off? And you're just trying to get that tail. Still. Best of luck to you. Yeah, I really like those Styrax. Those are really nice. So, what else do we got here in this park? We got a cafe. We've got bathroom. This is our entrance, I guess. Here's our little dryosaurs. Where we started. We can clean their duke up, I suppose. There we go. And that was our hatchery. We had this little guy here. These are just decorations, I guess. Okay. I have to escape off that. Your bathroom, solar panels. Sure. Do they use the benches? Doesn't look like it. That's fine. Okay, now I was curious about some of the other menu settings. So now they've opened up all of these excavations. So let's take a quick look at some of this. Cost is 938. Yeah, science points is thing. We have infinite, it looks like. So we're freely able to just do whatever we want here, it seems. In fact, is everything basically unlocked? Yeah, it looks like everything might be unlocked now. I mean, we're not gonna like look at this in this mode. I'm just curious about it. You know, look at some of it now and figure it out while we're not gonna get punished by wasting our own resources. Okay. Yeah, so definitely, like, with the progression, we're definitely going to have to figure that out on our own in another mode, of course. Let's look at this. Yeah, so we've got access to, like, everything. Okay. Really need some stegosaurids in this game. Let's look at a few skins here, just for fun. Okay. Well, we'll just look at Styrac. We'll save the rest for the actual proper playthrough. That'll be it for this tutorial episode, then. Next time we'll start our first park build.